Hey, what's up, everybody? Jonathan back here on Farming Simulator 17 on the Crest map. And I'm standing currently on top of my processor, but I wanted to kind of get an overview of what we're looking at here. Okay, so I've got just a few little trees skidded up, and I got the skidder sitting here ready to go get some more. But what I thought I'd do first, before we get started with, there's not enough, well, there's probably enough here for maybe one truckload. I think it takes like 4 big trees to make one. Anyway, I'm gonna go hop over here in this fellow buncher, and all these trees right in front of it, I'm gonna take all those down, and we'll get those skidded up because it's all real close. And then once we finish that, I'm gonna probably move it over here and finish out this area back in this direction, just to have something close to skid up, so we're not spending a lot of time skidding trees. But anyway, let's go get that done, and then we'll get some trees skidded up, and we'll try to get hopefully maybe 2 trailer fulls of wood chips today. Alright. Well, the first little bit of news I have today is pretty exciting for me anyway, because if you have watched much of my series on the Farming Simulator series, you'll probably remember that I haven't really found a skidder that I've been 100% confident with, or 100%, something's always wrong with something. I mean, what I'm saying? If I start using the current one, it's okay, but it doesn't get dirty. I wish it would get dirty, because that's part of it. Let's see, and by current one I'm talking about this the 620, or the Tiger Cat 620 back over there. And so then I started using, I believe it was the John Deere 548. Then they came out with the 748 finally. I started using it, and that's okay. I do like the John Deere 748. It's a good skidder, but again, they pretty much all suffer from one major flaw, in my opinion, and that is you can only really pick up 2 big-sized trees in the grapple, whereas in the real life, you could probably get more than that. And again, I think that's just a limitation of the game itself, because these trees, as I've mentioned several times, they have no give, which means if I were to pick this one up, well, maybe, well, so let's just do it with the next one we cut down, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna swing over here. Uh-oh, I can't see. Swing over here and grab this one. Of course, it's gonna act weird. Great. Alright, well, let's try it again. Okay, so there is no give to it. Like, let me see if I can get an outside view and give you an example. Okay, so you see the tree, it's not flexing at all. It's just there. And if I extend my booms on out and I run into this other tree, even with the very tip of it, well, I'm not close enough. Let me get a little closer. But I think you get the idea of where I'm headed, is that the tree doesn't flex at all. So see, look, I'm moving my whole machine when the tip of the tree is hitting this other tree. In fact, if I back off just a little bit, I mean, look, there's the very tip of it, and it's it's moving the machine. There's no give to it. So I wish they would change that to where the trees had a little bit of flex to them, but it's probably a game engine thing, and that's probably going to knock out a bunch of people from playing the game, because you would probably have to have a pretty decent computer to upgrade the game engine to something, I don't know, maybe something more along the lines of spin tires or something. That's what I'd love to see. I wish they would combine the elements of spin tires with the mud and the trees and stuff they have on there with Farming Simulator. And it would probably never happen, but I would like to see, a bunch of different things with the game. Number one is better tree physics, and number two is better ground physics. It'd be nice if you could actually, like when it rained, and you're driving your equipment across the ground, would it actually, make ruts in the ground? You'd have to, do different things to accommodate for that. Excuse me. And then, like whenever you got a fully loaded log truck and it had just rained and the grounds or the roads wet, you're making mud, and maybe you'd have to grab a skidder and or a dozer or something and push the truck out. Be just neat stuff like that. But I mean, I know that they focus primarily, most likely, on the farming aspect of it, but I mean that applies there too. If you've got a field and it needs harvesting and it just rained, it's gonna be muddy. Or if you're trying to plow a field or plant a field and it's just rained, it's gonna be wet and muddy. So I don't know. I just think that they could do a little something different. These are some kind of small trees in here, but that's okay. We'll get them cut down and get them skidded over because they're close. Oh, well, lost track of what I was talking about. So anyway, to go back to the skidder talk, I saw on one of the logging modding pages on Facebook, I forget, I think it's like LL Logging or JL Logging or something, I forget now. Apologize for that. I'll try to remember to put that in the description below as to what that is. But anyway, they're coming out with the if you remember back when I first started, pretty much first started Farming Simulator 17, I had the Tiger Cat. Well, it wasn't really labeled as such, but it was basically the Tiger Cat 635D. It's the 6-wheel drive, big old skidder, and I made the comment one time that I wish somebody would remod that, because it had no enclosed cab. The thing got extremely dirty, unrealistically dirty. I mean, it's like if you just drove the thing into a mud pit. That's how dirty it got after not very long. I don't know, just lots of things. I mean, the textures on it were pretty bad, and there was no Tiger Cat logos, even though that's what it was. And so finally somebody, I guess, took up that little challenge and had been working on it, and I was kind of following along on the process of seeing where they were at, and I kept hearing about, well, we got to do this, got to do that, but no release dates. And I saw some people using it, so somebody got it, but they hadn't released it to the public. Well, actually last night or this morning, I can't remember now, I saw where this whatever login Facebook page it was, they said they were finally going to release it, I think today or tomorrow. So just as soon as I get that, I'll start using it and see if I like it any better than this smaller Tiger Cat that I've got now. And regardless of how it turns out, I'll do a review on it. Of course, they said that it's not going to be 100% finished. I think they said that the back axles were supposed to flex or something. Never did get that straightened out, but hopefully they'll release that pretty soon. And I will definitely do some sort of a review on it. So that's my big news. That's what I get excited about, is new machines and for forestry. And there's also another machine that I was using back on the Rockwood map for a short time. It's the Cabs modding John Deere processor, and so I need to take another look at that. They've done some work on it and updated it, so I need to look at that again and see. I have not yet downloaded it, but I will later and take a look. Alright, is that it? Alright, I can't stand these, whatever these kind of things are. Bushes, trees, whatever. I don't like those things. And you know what? All these trees over here, I may just go ahead and chip them up because they're small. I don't like using the skidder to pick them up because it's hard to grab them with that grapple. And I just drive around with that little wood chipper. That's probably what I'll do. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's all going to the same place anyway. Yep, it's all going to the wood chip pile. That's the other thing I was going to mention too. If you're new to watching this series, what we're doing is, and I'll switch over here in a second and show you. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to fill up the wood chip bunker over at the sawmill. That's a huge bunker over there, and I'm kind of curious to see what all, how many thousands or millions. It's gonna be in the millions because we're already up to almost 2 million. How many millions of liters will fit in that thing? So let's take a look at that right quick. Alright, so here we are. This is the large wood chip bunker, and so apparently, well, that thing's loud. I'll just walk over there. So apparently though, somewhere right in the middle of this thing, it won't allow you to dump out the wood chips, because if you get right here in this middle area somewhere where it's clear, if you start tipping your wood chip trailer back, it won't even let you dump it there. So I'm having to dump them out either back there where those wood chips already are, or up here near the front, and then just pushing them back there. Another problem with this map is, which has been addressed apparently, but I'm scared to update to the new version because I'm afraid I'll lose my progress. But you see the wood chips have come through the wall there, so apparently there's no collision or something on that particular section of wall. But anyway, beyond those two little things, it should be a pretty nice, it is a pretty nice map. And so this is 2 million liters of wood chips, roughly. I think it's like 1.9 something. And so yeah, I was kind of guessing at first, or maybe 15 or 20 million liters, but I may have been a bit off on that. I think it's probably going to end up being more like 10. But we'll see. We'll get there eventually. And I'm not really sure how I'm gonna. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I forgot to get a compactor in here. See if I can compact it. I'll have to try that. Matter of fact, tell you what. Let me look at that and see. I don't know if I've actually got a compactor. I know I've got one, but I don't know if I have it activated. Maybe it's under levelers. No. Well, I'll have to look and see. I don't remember. Well, there's a pull behind one. Oh, and this other new little tool here. I do have this. It's basically kind of like a snow plow. It's called a silage cutter. It's got the little pipe on it where you can load it into a trailer. But the only thing is, you have to have a trailer like right next to it. It doesn't activate like the Brooks wood chipper where it just stores everything in there, and then when you get to a trailer you can unload it. You have to have a trailer sitting there next to you. So that's kind of annoying, but realistic, I suppose. Anyway, that's the wood chip pile. So let's get back to trying to find my skidder. Oops. Let's see. I don't know. These little trees here, I don't even know if it's worth. I think I'm just going to chip them up. Yeah. That's no sense, and because those are small trees. All right. Let's see. Let's get back to there. It is. So let's just chip these things up right quick, and then dump that into the trailer. trick with this thing is you have to contact the tree that's on the ground either at the very end or the very bottom, very top of the very bottom, because otherwise it tries to cut the tree in half, and then it will eventually chip the tree up, but it just takes longer. Yeah, let's see, I think that's it. Oh, one more. Well, is it going to fill up? Ah, there it goes. Well, I think I had more wood chips in there than I thought I did. Alright, let's check and see if we have enough yet. Oh, nope, almost 85%. Okay, so one more tree probably ought to do it. So I'm just going to grab my processor and... Whoa. Didn't think it was going to cut. Yeah, and I still haven't checked on the beast. I need to take another look at this, because I think I may have gotten the wrong mod whenever I downloaded this one. I don't remember it ever putting these wood chips out the bottom here, so I don't know if something's going on with that. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get at least, I keep doing that. My other game saves, I've got the non-automatic engine start on, so I actually have to hit a combination of buttons on my gamepad and make the engine start. I keep forgetting that I don't have it set that way on this one. That's why I keep hopping out of vehicles randomly. Yeah. Okay, here's the other truck. I was wondering where it was at. Let's see if we can drive on up on this chip pile and offload it there. Alright, well, let's try this again. So I realized my game wasn't recording. Anyway, so I've got the log trucks, or the wood chip trucks, back to the landing over here, and try and get a few more. Well, that ain't gonna work. Try and get a few more logs skidded up so we can make another another wood chip trailer run while we're here recording. Alright, what is holding this thing up? Probably a stump. Anyway, so I had to take care of something real quick, and so I had to cancel, stop the recording. But I'm back now, obviously, and I did look while I was checking on the thing I had to take care of, and the modding page I was trying to remember that had the 635D, which I was looking again, it should come out today, so I'm hoping that maybe tonight I can take a look at it and possibly do a mod review video about it. But anyway, it's the JJ Logging is the ones that are releasing it, and he says the only thing that's not working on it at the moment is the back two axles don't tilt, but you know, I'm not too concerned about that. Okay, what's going on? I don't know why the edge of this ridge or whatever is causing the tree to slip out, but we'll take care of that. Just shove it off the end. Actually, I probably should grab this other tree first. Yeah, you know, the only thing I believe that I don't like about this map, and it's a great map, don't get me wrong, but the only thing I don't think I like about it is the terrain is like there's hardly any flat spots, and so it's really tough to try to do just about anything on this map. I was hoping it wouldn't shove it over, but it did. Maybe I can still grab them. I just barely got those logs. That's probably not going to work. It's already slipping out. Yeah, like I was saying, I really wish that they would do something with these logs for the next release of the game. I think what they really need is the logs need to have some give to them, and not just like whenever the tips of the tree collides with something. I'm talking about the tree trunks themselves need to have some give, so when you get them in the grapple like this, you can really squeeze down on them without them sliding out, because they need to hold some tension. That's what I'm saying. If you put steel rods in a grapple, eventually they're going to slide out, which is what these things are. Okay, so let's try and get these two trucks and trailers loaded up right now. And see, look, those logs shouldn't slide over like that. I'm going to have to bunch them back up again. What happened was the tips of the trees shoved them over. Ooh, I don't want to put them, too late I guess. I was going to say I don't want to put them up under the processor, but actually I really need to finish filling up this first truck so I can have a spot to skid past. So let's do that. Oh, did it again. Oh, I was afraid of that. Yeah, I was trying to get smart and not cut it off before I got off the ground. I guess that didn't make any sense. What I was trying to do was to avoid doing this. I mean, usually I pick them up and I'll cut them off, and then it starts, you know, you can get the tree to go and process through, but I was trying to get the end to go into the beast so I wouldn't lose that little piece, but that didn't work. Because if you pick the tree up and you start to swing it around too much, and it doesn't, even though you've got the grapple and the little roller wheels things in there, sometimes it just swings right out of there. Well, these trees are heavy. Alright everybody, well I gotta get busy on some other stuff, so I'm gonna make this the last load. We won't get that other one today. Just got off to a bit of a late start with recording this today, and got some other things I need to do. But anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap it up as we're getting over here, and I'll show you dumping it, and we'll update the total at the top, and that'll be this video for this time. So let's get this backed in there real quick. And unfortunately, I have not had time to get back on this map and see if I couldn't possibly get a course play route set up. That'd be nice, but where we're at with the landing too, it's not really a good spot to have course play try to get in and out of there. Because the trucks, if we ran multiple trucks, they'd just run into each other. So I'll try to do better when we get to a different spot. And what I want to do too is I want to get a compactor and see if that will help with this wood chip pile, and I'll do that in between videos probably, and if it works out pretty good I'll show it next time on the next video. Alright, well there we go. Updated totals going to be at the top. We've pushed past 2 million liters now in there. And next time we'll just continue on the same old thing. We'll just keep making wood chips and see if we can't get past where we're at. In other words, I think we're just about got to where there's not too many more trees left in this area, and we'll find us another spot to go to, either across the, well, we can't go across the creek. We'll find us another spot though. It's got a bunch of big trees, and get away from these little trees. But anyway, that's the video for this time. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you hadn't already, because we'll be doing a lot of forestry on this channel with Farming Simulator. In fact, that's about all I do. I do just a little bit of agriculture on a couple of the maps, but for the most part it's just forestry. So if you want to see that type of stuff, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.